So this is a bit of a walkthrough for this truck that's for sale. And the reason I'm doing this is because it is very unique and very different. It is a standard Mitsubishi Canter, mechanically perfect. It's got about 170,000 Ks on it. And you can see from the outside it looks like a standard truck. You might just see the top of the solar panels up there. You walk down the side, it's got brand new batteries and new tyres as well. It's actually hardly driven at all in the last 4 years. So you come to the back and it's the same, you know, a couple of doors, you can see the top solar panels up there. It's 1.2 kilowatts of solar, I'll come back to that. So there's the side, the passenger side, and over to the driver's side, bog standard truck. However, you come to the back here, well, it has a tailgate, which is awesome. You can actually roll that out if you do travel with it. It's great for picnicking, putting a rug out, watching the sunset. This arm, which is normally bog standard truck, how it works, but that's been padlocked off and that's been padlocked open. You can obviously shut it as well, but then if you just turn this key and open up, which is that easy, it's just a little step up, boot there and straight up and in. And this is a little landing area where I stack my tools on. You've got 240 volts right at the door if you want to run it out for tools and that sort of stuff. And so this curtain is just for privacy. You can take that down if you don't want it. It's sort of a bit of a look back there. I hang tables and stuff there if you want tables and chairs for in here for meals. So then when you come in, this truck has been totally converted into a studio apartment. And it's huge. For what it is really, really big. So you've got a couch here, which you can sit and watch. I used to have a television there, so you can watch Netflix or whatever you want, or that sort of thing. And this also pulls out a full bed. Above that you have storage. So you can stack clothes in there and in there. And these trap off. You've also got more room. You can put more cupboards up there if you want. Bit of a pin board. Hang things off that. You can take this curtain down and it makes the place even look a lot bigger. As is, you can also stack stuff in there. Now this wall is completely empty. So if you want to put overhead cupboards over there, you could and add a lot more storage. Now because there are no windows in this truck, it does have a very big skylight. And deliberately so, because I noticed that when people pull up, most of them want privacy, people in RVs, and they shut, pull the blinds. It's pretty stupid. Now you could easily put a window in there, easily, if you wanted to. However, because it vents right at the top, it's perfect. It's also an emergency exit if you really needed to get out in a hurry. You could do that if somebody did something crazy. And it opens right up, so it vents beautifully. Or you can shut it down for rain. It also has gauze that comes across, keep mosquitoes out, and it also has, you can shut this off. You can see how dark it gets in here if you want to have a snooze during the day sort of thing. I haven't put the lights on. Okay, so over to here, you got a light switch. And these all run on 12 volts. And there's another light switch over here if you want to turn that off on the way out. And then just below this light switch, you've got a power point with 2 USB outs, so you can charge your phone on that. I sort of plug that in, a little IKEA light for reading, or just a little night light if you want it. And you put your phone in here and charge it up, or anything else that you've got for that matter. Little overhead fan here if you want to keep just a little bit of breeze on you at night. There are 2 remote controls, one for, yes, it's air conditioning, and the other one is for the stereo. And the stereo, I must say, is pretty cool. It's a bog standard 12 volt car stereo. However, it's got a sub, and then you've got speakers up here in the roof. And you can Bluetooth to that, or you can run CDs on it, or you can put a USB in, and yada, yada, yada. So you could even watch a movie and put it through the stereo if you wanted. I've had this cranked up, and it's a great stereo. You also have at night, if you want, a 3-speed fan, which runs on 240 volts. And that's sort of adjustable as well. You can sort of swing it around. Now, while we're on the topic of that, I'm going to do this with one hand. So here's this, pull out couch that you see in houses and stuff. So just pull up those two cushions, grab this. You can leave the bedding on it. You just fold it away. And this is a sprung mattress. Just and then you just stand these babies back up, both of them. Pull the pillow out. We'll leave the pillow sitting there and just put it back on. And you've got all your bedding ready to go. So as I said, I've used this for remote work locations in the middle of winter. You can have a big doona as well. It's fine. Or even for summer. It does get a bit hot during summer. You can run your fan, as I said, but it also has air conditioning, which I'll get to. So putting away is just the opposite. It's that easy. Obviously, you can do it with one hand. There you go, back to a couch. Right, onward we go. Next to that is storage for hanging clothes or other clothes as well. And yes, there's a mirror in here if you want it, if you're that inclined. And this is the kitchen. So there's more storage under here. Standard sink, hot and cold running. You've got a gas cooker, 2-burner, works really, really well. Under here, you have shutoffs for the gas. It's all done properly. A fridge there. I used to have a microwave in here, but I got rid of it because it did use a bit of power and it just wasn't worth it. And you probably take that shelf out and put a bigger fridge in if you want to. Now that's all 240 volt, the fridge, and this is how it works. So you've got 1.2 kilowatts of power coming off the roof with solar panels. Come down through a solar controller, and then you've got your major switches and everything. That's the switch for the water temp. You can have it high or low. I've never had it on high, there's no need. The major fuse is for 12 volts. You can shut the whole thing down if you want. And then it goes over to an inverter, which takes your 12 volts and takes up, there's two batteries in here. There's 240 amp hours totally. And there's room for another one if you want to chuck another one in there as well. So that 12 volt gets inverted to 240 volts, which runs your power outlets. Your air conditioning is on a separate one, so you've actually got to plug that in from outside through a generator or shore power, as they call it in the boats, or plug it into a power point with an extension cord. And you can run this straight off that, no problems at all. I have run this off the solar, but it has to be full solar for it to work. And then you've got bog standard, all the fuses up here that you have for 240. And then you've got little 12 volts here. This is your water, and you can see you've got fresh and waste. So it holds 80 litres of fresh, 80 litres of grey or waste. There's also, with this gas cooking, there's a range hood which has 2-speed fan, which is not on at the moment. These little magnet things are really handy. And there's a swap and go gas bottle underneath there, which you access from the outside. It's just a box standard swap and go 9 kilo from Bunnings or wherever. Really easy to do. Amazing that gas bottle has lasted me 1.5 years, and I've used this truck a lot sometimes. So you can cook on it, do your coffees in the morning, do Italian stovetop coffee, all that sort of thing. It also runs the hot water. Okay, over to here, that's the fan for the bathroom. And this is the bathroom. Now I did mine in sort of like a rust cool look because I'm a bloke, but you can do it in anything. You can repaint this if you want. And it's just slatted with a drain. And it's quite spacious, it really is. And then here you've got a shower, hot shower. And then you also have this toilet, which is an Airhead toilet. That's the brand, and they've been using it on boats for ages, mainly on yachts. Separates the solids and liquids. Liquids in the front bottle, and the solids go into a bucket. However, what I've done is I put, I think you can see it in here, just 2 bio bags, which makes it so much easier. You just take the top off it and tie the bag up, chuck it in the bin, and because it's a bio bag, the whole thing goes back to Mother Earth. It's brilliant. I also retrofitted with a little tap down here. So if you are parked out in the, on the land or on a farm on the side of the road, you can just turn that and it'll just dump the urine onto the grass or back into the earth. There's a little fan in there that runs 24/7 and it sucks air through. It works brilliantly. So does the shower. And it drains back down through there. I've used this, I've been able to last at least 2 to 3 weeks before having to refill. And you just plug it in at the side, any tap or any tap in the service station. And a couple of fittings I've got at the back. Takes about 5-7 minutes to fill up. What else? I think that's about it. It is, I'll turn around from this way. It is really spacious. I've had friends come in here and come over for dinner sort of thing, and they go, they can't believe how spacious it is in here. And not having a window on the side of it has been a huge plus as well, because you can literally park anywhere and no one will hassle you at all. And as I said, as a builder, I can just turn up on land that's vacant and start building. Run all my power tools, charge my batteries. At the end of the day, come in here, have a shower, cook dinner, watch Netflix, have a sleep, get up and do it again. And the cool thing is that skylight, when you're laying in bed looking up at the stars at night, it is brilliant. Or if there's a lightning storm or rain, it is, I don't know why every RV doesn't have one, because the windows on the side pretty much are a waste. If you wanted to, you could easily put a window in there. I was thinking you could also put a little port window up there, just if you want a bit more ventilation through there. During summer, you can leave the back open as well. But that, because it's at the top, it vents incredibly well. And as I said, it opens right up and you can actually get out of it if you need to in a hurry. Meals, cook them, and then you can actually pull up a table. IKEA sell a really cool little fold-up table. Sit there, you can put another 2 chairs around. You can fit 3 or 4 people here quite easily, and one person sitting on the couch. I think that's about it. I mentioned that heater, which works brilliantly. It works off the diesel fuel, and it is super efficient and really, really hot. I put that nozzle on it because it blows hot when the bed's open, and you want the heat to blow up sort of out away from that and not under the bed. I think that's about it. It's been an absolutely brilliant truck. I built this myself, did all the conversions, and everything's done properly, and the truck is mechanically A1. Brilliant. It'd be a great, and because there aren't many of these around, it'd be brilliant for somebody who, even somebody who wants to save rent living in Sydney. It'd be brilliant. You'd pay it off in 2 years just with rent alone, and then you'd sell it, you own an asset. Go figure.